Hello everyone, in this video I will be recording the annual past paper from 2019 for year 10 track 2, okay? I will be dividing this past paper in two videos, so this video is part 1. Let's start with question 1. The lengths of the sides of this rectangle are measured in centimeters. We have the length as 5x and the width as 2 times x plus 2. Diagram not drawn to scale. Write down and simplify an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle in terms of x. So don't forget, the perimeter is the border of the shape. So we have 5x, we have 2x plus 2, and this side, which is 5x, because this is a rectangle and opposite sides are equal. So this last side over here is the same as the one opposite. Okay? So, perimeter, we have 5x plus 2x plus 2 plus the other 5x plus the other 2x plus 2. Okay, so we have to expand what's inside the bracket. This one needs to be expanded and even this one. Okay, so the 5x remains the same. Now, 2 times x is 2x and 2 times 2 is 4. 5x remains the same. Then we have 2 times x. And we have 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, so we can join up the x's. We have 5x plus 2x plus 5x plus 2x. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14x. And we have plus 4, and that is plus 8. Don't forget, we can't add the numbers that have an x with them, alright, with the numbers that are constants. So that is the final answer, 14x plus 8. Next question, the perimeter of the rectangle is 78 centimeter. Find the value of x. So, instead of P, we're going to write 78. So we know the perimeter is 14x plus 8. Instead of P, I'm going to write 78. Okay. X remains on its own. So 78 minus 8 equals 14x. Okay. So that is 70. And then to eliminate the 14, which is multiplied by x, we need to divide by 14, and we'll have to divide on both sides to keep it balanced. So the 70 is divided by 14, and over here we just have an x. And obviously you can use a calculator to find the answer. And so x is 5, okay? Next question. Find the length of each side of the rectangle and hence find its area. The length of each side. So let's start with the length, the horizontal length. And the horizontal length is 5x, okay? So 5x, and we found out that x is 5. So 5 times x, and x is 5 in this case, multiplied together, okay? You can put it in a bracket. So the length is 5 times 5, 25 centimeters. The width, which is the vertical length, this one over here, okay? That's 2x plus 2. So that's 2x plus 2. Okay, and instead of x, we need to write 5, because x is 5. Now, according to BIDMAS, we work out what's inside the bracket first. So 5 plus 2 first, which is 7, and 2 times 7, 14 centimeters. So length is 25, breadth is 14 centimeters, and now hence means, and then once you have your answers, find the area. And the area of a rectangle is length times breadth, so 25 centimeters times 14 centimeters. Use a calculator. And the answer is 350, since its area centimeters square. Okay. So next question. Question 2. A high-up truck has a ladder mounted on it that is 3.1 meter above the ground. Make sure everything is marked for you. And in fact, this is a 3.1, it's this one. The ladder is 3.2 meters long, and this is the ladder. And is used to lift heavy things to the roof of a building. The ladder makes an angle of 64 degrees, and the 64 degrees is with the horizontal. Ladder with the horizontal, and that is the 64 degrees, which is marked for us. Now calculate, giving your answer to 2 decimal places where necessary, the distance AC. So the distance AC is the one from here up to here, that distance. Okay? Now, as you notice, we have a right-angled triangle over here. This is a right-angled triangle, and we have the 90-degree over here. So we can use the topic of trigonometry. Let me sketch the triangle again. So this is the triangle, 90-degree angle there. We have 64 angle there. We know that the ladder is 32 meters, and we have to find this one, AC. So the side opposite the 90-degree is called the hypotenuse. The side opposite the angle is called the opposite, but we do not need that because we don't have to find it and we don't know it. And basically, this, the one that remains, touching both angles, is the adjacent. Now, adjacent and hypotenuse, you need to remember these. Soh, kah, or toa. Adjacent and hypotenuse, so A and H. Which one has an A and H? This one has an A and H. So that is the one we will be using. Kah. Now C of kah means cosine theta. Cosine angle. Okay? A means adjacent, and H means hypotenuse. So now what we have to do is substitute. So cosine, instead of theta, we write the angle, and the angle is this one, 64 degrees. Instead of adjacent, we are going to write down the adjacent, which is x, what we need to find, AC, and the hypotenuse is this one, the 32. Okay. Then using a calculator, we have to leave AC as subject of the formula, and 32 instead of divided goes on the other side as multiplication. So 32 times cosine 64, and work it out using a calculator. So AC is 14.027, 78767, but we need to give the answer to 2 decimal places. That means 2 numbers behind the decimal point, so up till here, but the 7 gives 1 to number 2 because it is 5 or larger. So the answer is 14.03 meters. Okay. Next question. We need to find the height of the building. So the height of the building, meaning all of this. Okay, and to find all of that, first we have to find this part of the triangle and then add this part, and that part is the same as this, that is 3.1 meters. So let's focus again on the triangle. Let me sketch it again over here. Okay, so this was 64 degrees. This was 32 meters. This is what we have to find first. Okay, and don't forget, the side opposite the 90-degree angle is hypotenuse. The side opposite the angle is the opposite. So have an O and an H. And which one of these has an O and H? So think of Soh Kahtawa and OH. We have it here in Soh. Soh. S means sine theta, sine angle. O means opposite. Soh, and H means hypotenuse. So now we simplify, we substitute. Okay, sine, instead of theta, we write the angle, which is 64. Don't write 90 degrees. 90 degrees is always there. We write the 64. Opposite is BC. And the hypotenuse is 32. Now, subject of the formula to find BC. So this should go up there as multiplication. 32 times sine 64 equals BC. So use a calculator. You know where your buttons are on the calculator, okay? We check them out in class. So 28.76 to 2 decimal places. But we need to add this part, okay? We need to add this part now because we are required to find all the height of the building. So plus, forgot, it was 3.1. Okay. And so the final answer is 31.86 to 2 decimal places meters. So next question. We've got angles now. In the following diagram, the lines AB, CD, and EF are parallel. And when we have parallel lines, don't forget these theorems. The Z angle, where this angle is equal to this angle, alternate angles. We have what we call the F angle, where this is equal to this, corresponding angles are equal. And we have the U, where this and this angle, when added up together, will give us 180 degrees. Those are interior angles, okay? So keep those in mind because we might be using one of them at least. We need to find the values of A, B, C, D, and E and give reasons and show the working. So angle A, which is this one over here. So, as you see, here is a Z, an alternate angle. So we know that once we find A, we can find B. Okay, that's easy. But also, A is inside this right-angled triangle. So I can use that information to find A. Okay, so 180 minus 65 and 90. And the answer is 25 degrees. Reason is angles in a triangle. And in short, this is correct. So angle B, as we said, we have a Z angle there, alternate angle. So A is equal to B, so both 25 degrees. You can write them down. And the reason is alternate angles. angles. Angle C. And angle C is angle C is the one up here. Now, okay, so to find angle C, I have an F. This is a parallel line. It's important to be parallel to this one. So that there's an F. There's a green F, okay? This C is equal to this 65 degrees. So C is 65 degrees. Reason is corresponding angles, in short. Now D. So the ones we find, write them down, just in case you'll need them again. Now we need to find D. And D is not difficult. You did this in Form 1, I believe. We have vertically opposite angles, where this angle is exactly equal as the one vertically opposite to it. So D is 25. Vertically opposite angles, and we have to find angle E. Basically, for angle E, I would use this information. So I have this large triangle, okay, where this angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 65 degrees, and this is what we have to find. So 180 minus 65 and 90. Degrees. We can use alternate angles as well. There you have a Z as well with D. Alright? So they're both equal as well. So all reasons make sense. They are correct, okay? Angles in a triangle. So even alternate angles was correct. And question 4. Topic of cylinders. The cylindrical container below contains perfumed oil. It has a radius of 3.5 centimeters and height of 9 centimeters. Calculate, giving your answer correct to do decimal places, the curved surface area of the container. No, don't forget, the curved surface area is the one that when cut, it will open up. Okay, so the curved surface area is this one. This is the curved surface area. But if we cut it with a scissors, okay, it will become a rectangle. This side becomes this side. So that side basically is the circumference of the circle. So it's 2 pi r. This is the height of the cylinder. So that is the height of the cylinder. And to find the area, so we need length times breadth. So the area of the curved surface, in short, curved surface area, is 2 pi r length times the breadth, which is the height. You can learn that by heart, or you can reason it out. Okay? Now, 2 pi r h. So 2 times pi times r is the radius, and the radius is this one over here. Radius is 3.5, also given there. And the height is this one over here, also given there. And then just use a calculator. $197.92 to decimal places. You actually get this one, but to 2 decimal places we stop there. 0 won't give us anything, so 197.92 centimeters. squared, because this is area. Now we need to find the volume of the container. Okay. And to find the volume, okay, for volume of a prism, and cylinder is a prism, we need the area of the cross section. The cross section is this part, so basically it is the circle, so we need the area of cross section times the height. Okay, area of cross section in this case is a circle, so that's the cross section, which in this case is a circle, and the area of a circle is pi r squared, that you have to remember, okay, times height. So basically volume of cylinder is pi r squared h. You can remember it by heart if you want. Pi, the radius we said it is 3.5, don't forget the squared, and times h, and h we said is 9. Use a calculator. $346.3605901, but only to 2 decimal places up till here. 0 won't give us anything, so 346.36 centimeter cubed, because it is the volume. Question C. The perfumed oil costs €40 per 50 centimeter cubed. What is the cost of the perfumed oil in the container? Now, how many oil do we have? The amount of oil we have is the volume. Okay, that is the amount of oil we have in the cylinder. Now we know that every 50 centimeter cubed costs €40. So if we have 346.36 centimeter cubed of oil, what is the cost? So that's 346.36 times 40 and divided by 50. Final answer is 277.09. Don't forget money, we always write it down to 2 decimal places. Now, if I have all that oil, okay, how many 30 centimeter cubed bottles can be filled from the container? So I have this whole container of perfume, and now that large container will be placed in small, okay, let's say these are perfume bottles, each 30 centimeter cubed. So how many of them, okay, will I have? So we have one bottle, 30 centimeter cubed, if you want to write down a statement to understand better. And 346.36 will fill up how many bottles? So this times 1, which remains the same, divided by 30. Use a calculator, obviously. The answer is 11.545, etc. Now pay attention. We can't round it to 12 because we will only fill up here 11 containers and a half. So we can only fill 11 whole containers. That's the answer. Now, next question, which will be the last question from this part on this video, okay? It's algebra. We need to expand and simplify. So we start by expanding. Expand, we open up the brackets. Don't forget the term in front the bracket has a multiplication there. So 5 times 2x, 5 times 2 is 10, and don't forget the x. Okay? 5 times 6, that is 30. This one. Negative 2 times x. Pay attention to the negative. A negative 2 times x is a negative 2x. Negative 2 times 3. That's a negative 6. Okay, so 10x minus 2x, that's 8x, and 30 minus 6, that's 24. So that's the final answer, 8x plus 24. Next question, factorize completely. So we need to take out the common factor, okay? Check the numbers first, which is the common factor. A number that is common to 7 and 14. That's number 7. Now check the letters. Do we have any other common factor? We have x squared here. That means 7x, x, y. Okay? So we have x squared, so we can take out 1x because we have an x here as well. Okay? And we also have a y, which is a common factor. What will remain inside the bracket? So what do we do now? Divide by the common factor, which is 7xy. This is eliminated. One of the x's is eliminated. We'll end up with 1. 7 and 7 is eliminated, and we only have an x. Here, y is eliminated with this one. X simplifies with this one. And 7 and 14 gives us 2. And that is the final answer. And you can check it out to make sure it's correct. You check it out by expanding again. 7x squared y and 14xy. That means it is correct, okay? You can check that out with a pencil. And this is the final answer. Okay. Now, next one is simplify. It's an algebraic fraction, okay? And we have an addition. Don't forget to add. We need to find a common factor, an LCM. LCM of 4 and 6. And that would be 12. So, for 4 to become 12, we need to multiply by 4, 8, 12, 3. Same for the numerator to keep it balanced. For 6 to become 12, we need to multiply by 2, and similarly here. So, we have 3 times 3, 9x on 12. And here, multiply this part. 2 times 2, 4. And the ones inside the brackets remain the same. So now we can, expand this bracket by multiplying. So 9x on 12 remains the same. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times minus 5, that's a negative 20. Once everything is on 12, we can start joining them up. Simplify similar terms. So 9x plus 4x, 13x, and 20 can be simplified. So that's just the negative 20. And the final answer is 13x, negative 20, subtract 20 on 12. That is the final answer. Okay, so next video, we will continue the next half of this question. Please, apart from correcting it, make sure you understand what you got wrong. Try to listen to the explanation. That's why I'm giving you an explanation and not just the answers. Okay, if you still have a problem, do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, thank you.